Welcome, my mercurial mercenary, for our listen-through of JPEGMAFIA's latest album.
I lay down my life for you.
I know we're in for a good time listening to this album because I feel safe, musically at least, in the hands of JPEGMAFIA. An interesting bloke. I mean, just the fact that he would dress like that on the rear of his album cover. First of all, we need a drink. This tastes like the most amazing whiskey. I think between All My Heroes Are Cornballs and Atrocity Exhibition, these albums were like the pinnacle of taking a concept and frying it with all the spit going up in the air. Yes!
If I was an NBA player, I'd be Dylan Brooks, but worse. I'm Debo.
Who's Dylan Brooks? Straight off the bat. The song's been driven by the ride cymbal. Okay. Proper guitars.
You'll get hit with a face palm.
Full disclosure, I've already done this reaction up to ex-military, at which point I wandered over to the recorder to make sure I'd pressed record, and it turns out I haven't pressed record. So, full disclosure, this is my first listen, although it's now my second listen. Although I did talk over my first listen, the only downside is I have already drunk a fair amount of whiskey. And now I'm probably going to revisit some of the things I've already said, although you haven't heard me say them. I was talking about, and this I now know goes for quite a few songs on this album, up to the point at least of ex-military. What I get from it, I was talking about the evolution of heavy metal from Black Sabbath through Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, through the 70s, through the new wave of British heavy metal, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. And then when you reach the 90s, and there was like a crossover, a kind of hip-hop rock crossover, Anthrax, like Body Count, Ice-T, into Rage Against the Machine. So what I'm picking up, weirdly, from this JPEGMAFIA hip-hop album is a kind of 90s metal influence. And holy shit, is there some guitars at play. And someone said to me on Patreon, Mercurial number 6, you should listen to the latest JPEGMAFIA album because there are some serious guitars at work. And I believe that JPEGMAFIA plays the guitar. Now, I'm not sure how much of his guitar he plays, but what I really like about this, and what makes it a little bit different, even from like 90s new metal and crossover metal, is the linking in of the drums in a very kind of JPEGMAFIA hip-hop style, where all the instruments play totally in unison. That's not necessarily a heavy metal thing. Oh! Arpeggiated keyboards, locked rhythm instrumentation, and a proper heavy metal guitar solo on top. Is that JPEGMAFIA playing? I've already explained this once on a video that no one will ever see, but I have the most lovely pistachio bowl. I mean, I'm saying it's a pistachio bowl, but you can put the pistachios in this part, and then you can put the shells in this part. And I was saying on the video that you'll never see because it doesn't exist anymore, and this is the, it's almost like What's Jack Black's band called? Tenacious D? When they wrote the greatest song in the world and then they forgot it and they had to recreate it. Well, I'm having to recreate a video I've just filmed because I forgot to press record. But I was saying how pistachios are like the king of the nut. Mahoney! Because there's just a little bit of extra effort, apart from maybe a peanut, monkey nut, there's a little bit of extra effort here compared to other nuts. I'm talking about your cashew and your peanut. Although, you know, the peanut isn't a nut, is it? It's a legume, I think. Oh, shut up. I'm just loving the instrumentation. To me, what I was just sort of saying around the time we got to certainly vocal display of power, I was saying, oh, this is basically, this is a hip-hop metal album. Is that how it's described? No research.
Bitch, I'm back outside. They're getting surprised when they're hearing these beats like epiphany. Back and forth with this African booty scratcher.
And this song here, such 70s instrumentation going on here. The sound of those keys, certainly the walking bass line, those strings, and the backing vocals. I was saying it sounds like the sort of record that my parents own. And I was saying that it sounds like he's taken an old record and he's just sort of cut and spliced it and wrapped over the top of it and produced something completely new. It's just lovely. And then as I drank the whiskey and ate the pistachios, I was saying how there's something about producing reaction videos where you film yourself from every angle. And then you have to edit yourself for hours and hours and hours. Oh, listen to that. Listen to that. That is fantastic. Holy shit. I think JPEGMAFIA is just something else. He's phenomenal. Yeah. When you have to film yourself from every angle, you really see that you let yourself go, you put on a bit of weight. Your neck looks like a spare tyre. Your gut looks like Mr. Blobby. It's like God is looking down at you saying, lose some weight, Mercurial number 6, you fat f***.
I just want to make it home. Right on my Air Vision Pros, I feel like we'll do.
And then I was saying how I so admire people with the confidence to just present themselves to the world as they see fit. Others, including me, tend to present a facade, whether it be via Instagram or whatever. You present a version of yourself to the world, and I think you've got to do that. It's not a huge negative, it's just a fact of life. You have to present yourself to the world in such a way that you are able to survive the world. Because the world sometimes is out to get you. And I do not envy the youth of today who have grown up in nothing but social media environment. I didn't grow up in a social media environment. Everything I did was face to face or on the phone when you phoned someone's house, and it was all one to one. Imagine growing up only knowing the internet and only knowing the world of social media. The average age of the viewers on this channel are like teenagers, 13 to like 18. So you guys have never known anything other than social media. Holy shit, listen to this. It's proper like rock hip hop. Proper rock hip hop. Look at this bottle. Oh God. Look at it. It's the sort of bottle that someone building the Empire State Building would drink from. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just gotta be careful I don't drink too much of it. 52%. Oh, in the first version of this reaction, God, I said some amazing things. I might have said the most amazing things I've ever said. Oh, that sounds like Eurythmics. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Oh, shut up. Money, Pink Floyd. There was a lyric earlier, I think, where he talked about growing up a white man and then taking on black culture or something along those lines. And it made me think of Ali G, but it also made me think about an interview I saw with JPEGMAFIA where he was asked, what do you think about the number of like young white guys out there listening to your music? And he was a bit dismissive. Like, I don't make music for them. I don't make music for them. But I suppose that's what happens when you become successful. You have to be careful. Don't wear blinkers. Or do wear blinkers. Anyway, I think we're back to having the confidence to be yourself. And I can already hear that Mr. Mafia has the confidence to be himself. Wow, this is so good. This is so good. This is so good. New Black History featuring Vince Staples. And the cash register sound used in Money by Pink Floyd. And also used by me on my little red box. I think I'd get on alright with JPEGMAFIA. We'd both be just sticking sound effects up each other's arses. Oh, that's so clever. I read that he said he started as a producer. And he used to make beats. And he used to present them to rappers. And the rappers would just look at him with a dumb look on their face. Like, what the f am I supposed to do with this? So he ended up rapping over his own beats.
I had to get on my pop shit. I don't want to start shit. These rappers is regular food. I put my bitch in compartment. She thinking in carpet.
Oh, that is so good. That was a church bell chiming then? Or was it a boxing ring chime? Hang on.
I don't know who told these wiggers that acting like niggas was ever the vibe of them.
It sounds like he's... Yeah. Church bell, I think. It's like a mixing of Black Sabbath, Rage Against the Machine, System of a Down, and hip-hop, a little bit of Yeezus, maybe. This should have soundtracked the Ali G show, because I think the sort of person that Ali G is sending up is the sort of person that JPEGMAFIA has an issue with. Wow, this is it's just like sound collage. It's amazing. And again, there's a theme, the interlocking of the rhythm. It's not just the drums, it's all the instrumentation with it. And when you do that, it's the silence between the notes, as Eric Clapton once said. Now, I remember this riff from the first time I filmed this. And I said I thought I recognised that riff. The nearest I could come was a kind of like Jim Martin, Faith No More thing. Wow! That's great. I'm sure I could research it and find out what it is. Don't rely on other men. Oh, me. It's that kind of uplifting guitar riff. That's just great. The locking that sounds really new. Having instrumentation rhythm doing that. And everything else just flowing over the top like the sea. Holy shit, that's good. Holy shit, that's good. I was saying, like, unfortunately, the way I am on the camera here, it looks like I'm the shrunken-headed guy out of Beetlejuice. A cross between the shrunken-headed guy and, unfortunately, Danny DeVito. You think this should be total incentive for me to lose weight? Having to look at this. I was saying, in the 90s, my best mate. Well, it's so guitars. Right, this is Vulgar Display of Power, which to me is the name of a very influential 90s Pantera album. Their second kind of mainstream album after Cowboys from Hell, although Pantera before that had been a glam band. Back in the 90s, there were lots of sort of jump around, and jump around. Like everyone was jumping. But my mate in the 90s, he got diagnosed. He got gout, which gout is the disease of good living. He was told to cut down on red wine and rich food. And I bring it up because I'm sitting here drinking the most ridiculous whiskey, and snacking on pistachios while listening to, I would say, yeah, prog rock, metal, hip hop. You know prog rock, metal, hip hop? So I just dropped a shell into an extremely expensive whiskey. Shut up, you didn't see that. See, we should have been finishing the reaction now, but as it is, I'm starting it drunk. Whoa. Yeah, we'll have a bit more, just a bit more. We'll have a bit more. I'll tell you what, we'll put some ice in it. Right, ex-military. This is the song where I wandered over to the recorder to see whether I'd pressed record and I'd forgotten. So let's just check it again now. We don't want to have total disaster. Yeah, right, okay, so it's still recording, right. Let's get some ice. Let's just get some ice, hang on. Let's get some ice.
I don't play no lottery. I might have broke your homegirl off, but you ain't gotta unfollow facts. I got ex-friends, know my number, and still
got some ice. We can do this, hang on. Got some ice.
Watch what you say, lie on my name, that there is perjury. Feels like I'm fucking a hoe in the you living up there with uncertainty. For real.
So good, this music is so hot. He says as he puts cold stuff in a drink. Hang on, one more. Money, 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 money.
Warrants ain't stopping shit.
Money, 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 yeah. Hang on.
Say that shit. Say that shit.
Okay, shh. Whoa! Right, that's it. This is about the last thing I said on the previous attempt at recording this. And I mentioned the fact that this song references what I think about when I think about JPEGMAFIA, which is chip tunes from like 8-bit, 16-bit consoles. From like the 80s and 90s. To me, that would be like when I was listening to, I think, when I was listening to All My Heroes Are Cornballs, I remember, a lot of like chip bit tunes. Whoa. Okay, now we're into new territory. This is my first listen now from here on.
Every morning I get down on my knees for a God that I can't see.
Every morning I get down on my knees for a God I can't see.
If you break up, delete it and crop. Fuck my ex and fuck every cop. Nepo baby shit, these bitch niggas always got their head down. Bitch ass nigga be down when I slide and they cry when they see your man down.
Wow. See what I mean? It's rock music. That's proper. This is full on proper rock music. I haven't got any like credits here. This is ex-military. I suppose I could Google it, but we're not veering from having, we're not veering away. We're just staying listening to the music. Wow. That is low, that is deep bass. Just the sheer sound of it sounds like a real drum kit, you know? Real guitars, real bass.
I make one flick. That's over six.
It sounds like a wave your hands in the air part.
Now they gotta pivot.
Got to pivot.
Run it up. Running my bitches crazy.
Okay, what I would say here is that more than ever before, I'm not listening to the lyrics, am I? So I'm going to get into some shit for this. Look. Oh, bit tunes again. Guitar. Funny little picked palm muted guitar going on. Massive drums. Really pretty orchestration all round. Instrumentation. This guy, his production is mwah. He's so easy now. He's so good. He's so good. He's so good. Oh, and the orchestra comes in. He's so good. He's so good. He's so good. He's so good. Bum, 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 bum. It could almost be pop music. Like a Got Yay or whatever it was called. Somebody that I used to know. Oh, he's so good. He's so good. Again, he's going for that real drum sound.
Get the sticking and I come around with that Kimber, I'm wearing a mask. These hoes still in they DJ phase, they coming up short on piece of cash. And I take all these dick riders, my bitch addicted to hating and kissing my ass. Damn it, you know I'm too much of a narcissist. Fuck on my reputation for a bag. I can sniff out you proximity. Bitches.
Wow.
I can't be responsible, I'm not your dad. Up in the morning, I'm cleaning my face.
Bit Michael Jackson there. Whoa! That bass was mental then, from nowhere. Maybe it's just hitting the frequency of this room, but that's like hitting me right in the testicles. Right, Pelican. Wow. This is Jihad Joe. The next track, whoa! Holy shit. Do you know what? Heavy metal bands won't want me to say this, but this is heavier than most heavy metal. Bearing in mind that heaviness is all about attitude anyway. Wow! Wow! Wow!
I'm so terminally online, goddamn, I gotta check myself. I'm so terminally online, goddamn, I don't respect myself.
I'm so terminally online, I gotta check myself. I'm so terminally online, I don't respect myself. Wow. Wow. This is like thrash guitars in the slow thrash section. Yeah, this is heavier. This is heavier than most heavy metal. So if you don't listen to heavy metal, don't worry about it. Just listen to this.
You think you know?
Wow. JPEG Ultra featuring Denzel Curry. Fuck me, I love Denzel Curry. One of the best albums I ever listened to was that, I forgot the name of it. The one where he's got his face smeared in white makeup. What's it called? Denzel Curry, the whiskey, it's the whiskey. It's 50, hang on. It's 52%. And I drank some of it when it wasn't even on camera. See the backing here, this is very kind of sort of like 50s, 60s Miles Davis jazz. But I love the fact that you can take the past and you can take the past, off with it and bring it into the future. There's always the opportunity to just fuck with something. That's what I like. And you'll get some. This does sound like some albums I actually own. Oh, actually, sounds like John Coltrane, Love Supreme. That album. Well, you'll get some old bastard, of which some people would call me one of them, age-wise. Who'll bang on about how the music of the past was better than the music of today. These guys need to listen to the music of today. The music of today kicks serious ass. Oh shit.
This is my fight. I just woke up as a child of the light. Jumped on the beat, had to tell it goodnight. Y'all tried your best, but you hit it right. Timber OGM is high as a kite. Shot for success, but I bought me a pint. Watch how I whip, I ain't stir fried or rice. Get your head cracked just for rolling the dice. Now don't believe hype. Believe what you see, now what's said on the mic. Becky Jolie, I kick out every time. Can't get me down, so they try about the shine. Try fuck with my money, try fuck with my mind. They acting like fucking these bitches in crime. This ain't relatable, this ain't debatable. Something happened to you, it's by design. Yeah, man. JPEG
Oh, that's a bit Star Trek, isn't it? That's a bit Star Trek. That's a bit Star Trek. I love that kind of late 60s sound. It also happened on, it wasn't just... I'll tell you another album that reminds me of Star Trek, with that kind of instrumentation. It's Welcome to My Nightmare by Alice Cooper from like mid-70s. The title track just reminds me of, Star Trek, William Shatner film.
You say you see him, you catching the case. I hope not the one that you got in your ball, cause that shit is shaky. Heard the church service say come as you are, so I showed up with a whole bunch of bitches that hate me. Told my man,
come as you are, so I showed up with a load of bitches that hate me. That was good. That was good. This is still JPEG Ultra exclamation point featuring Denzel Curry. To make a career from hating, to make a career from faking. That's good.
I don't know whether to slap you or laugh. Shower
as I was trying to say earlier before I got waylaid,
Stop yapping online, cause you know where I'm at, little bitch.
I have a lot of haters because they think that I don't listen to the lyrics, but I think it's probably because I don't watch reaction channels, so I don't really know what other people do. But I'm assuming they do a lot of lyrical analysis. And I just tend to like let the music hit me and influence me emotionally, and then just tell you how the music makes me feel. There is some low bass going on there. Yeah, I suppose maybe I haven't really understood what reactions are all about.
I've named this one JPEG.
I've named this one a JPEG, either on or off the drugs.
Look, I ain't really into flashing. I feel like an accident. I'm never chose. Baby talking voice of passion. I feel like it's corny if you ain't on code.
But my point would be,
For nothing, I'd be like, what happened to you?
okay, yeah, that camera ran out of batteries.
But there's a better way to let the people know. People say I'm never present. I ain't messy. I'm just focused on my goals.
Like Messi, I'm only focused on my goals. Messi, pretty much acknowledged by most people to be the greatest footballer of all time. Definitely a matter of opinion though. Other people would say Ronaldo. Some people would definitely say George Best. In my era, I think for just a moment in time, Paul Gascoigne was probably the greatest footballer of all time. Ryan Giggs, that goal he scored against Arsenal, I think. That was amazing.
I don't have no basis, not a secret. Ain't no happy house, we taking beatings. The streets in my mind is filled with
You don't.
That's why I be eating.
I was about to talk about Ryan Giggs then and saying great footballer, maybe not a great person, but we've had the whole Dave Grohl thing recently. I had people drumming into my head for years how Dave Grohl was the nicest guy in rock. And I think, I've heard Dave Grohl, I've seen Dave Grohl say and do things that aren't particularly nice. Why are we saying he's the nicest guy in rock? I think it's because a lot of women fancied him. I would say one of the most charismatic guys in rock, and charisma takes you a long way. Definitely.
Some of you niggas be talking right out of the
Oh, listen to that. Listen to that. Oh, listen to that. We're into the 70s again.
I keep the candlelight lit for my bitch in the vest. What did that last one contribute but pussy and stress?
I suppose I could concentrate on the lyrics, but it would involve listening to a line at a time. Oh, that sounds like Prince. Prince guitar. From Purple Rain. Whoa!
Yeah, I know I got scuffles ahead of me. When I speak in my mind, it's unsettling. I know liberal.
Look, when I do stop talking and just listen for a moment, I do hear some great lyrics. Peggy, that's his name, isn't it? Peggy. And the problem is, if I just stop and listen to the lyrics, then we're just sitting here silently listening. We're both sitting here silently listening to the music in awe, which in its own way is absolutely fine. But I would struggle to say it was transformative as a reactor. Wow. Oh, me. That's good. That's good. That's good. Hey, his production is just on another level. Jump, jump, jump around. Oh, yes. That's very, very Marvin Gaye, what's going on? Style orchestration of the choir vocals. So what we're saying here? Oh yes, Phil Spector vocals as well. The kind of choirs that Phil Spector added to Let It Be, that Paul McCartney disagreed with so strongly. So we're talking Black Sabbath, Rage Against the Machine, Phil Spector. Oh yeah! Marvin Gaye, Kanye West. That's a shotgun spatter against the wall of influences. Wow. Don't Put Anything on the Bible, featuring Buzzy Lee. I'm assuming Buzzy Lee has nothing to do with Rusty Lee. Rusty Lee was a woman who used to laugh a lot on British television in the 80s. Wow. What's this a sample from? Wow. That's beautiful. Sounds like Kate Bush. That is Kate Bush, isn't it? Dunno. Wow. This is some finger-picked acoustic guitar now. Finger-picked acoustic. With strings. This album is fantastic. If there's something that I'm disappointed about, I tried to get this on vinyl and I failed. It was not available. Okay, that's not Kate Bush. Well, maybe that's Buzzy Lee. Who's Buzzy Lee then? Whoa! Don't Put Anything on the Bible.
Fuck out the deep end, go get you a flow like y'all niggas always be turning.
Let's look up
Black Michael Phelps just acknowledge
Buzzy Lee. I wasn't going to do any research, but we'll look up one. Buzzy Lee.
She for the war, she belongs to the globe.
Buzzy Lee. Oh, okay.
I thought he's bad.
I thought it'd be a bloke, but
everyday people pushing past the limit. Men only know suppressing what they feeling. I used to work for pennies on the minute.
okay, interesting.
Worked on my muscle, flexing all
Sasha Rebecca Spielberg, born 1990, also known by her stage name Buzzy Lee, is an American actress and musician.
like fuck the excuses that y'all
Parents, okay. Steven Spielberg and Kate Capshaw. Steven Spielberg, the great director.
Never react to the demographic.
I think he met Kate Capshaw. She was the woman just screamed and screamed and screamed. She did nothing but scream in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And I think he met her there and they married, and this is the offspring, Buzzy Lee. So, she must be singing here now, I would assume. Discography. It doesn't mention this. Life and career. Spielberg has collaborated with rapper and producer JPEGMAFIA on several occasions, the first in 2019, on JPEGMAFIA's song Dot's Freestyle Remix from his third studio album, All My Heroes Are Cornballs. Hang on. Dot's Freestyle Remix. Dot's Freestyle Remix featuring Buzzy Lee. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Wow. This sounds the 70s. This album has a real strong 70s vibe.
It's not that I don't love my bitch, but I don't love these side hoes neither.
So this is...
Shit back at me and I'm catching it like I'm a wild.
I recovered from this. Let's look up. I recovered from this.
I can relate to this hoe got me breaking. I'm breaking like this. Look, my bitch never got taken from me.
Intro, Janet Jackson.
My bitch never got comfort from me. I needed too much help. I can't do 1 hour
Who's going to be there when you low, bitch? You or somebody else?
My actions got way too
Too active. I don't want no more help. 1 hour a week enough for me. I think I need a friend. Everyone that I ever dated deserves better. I could have fucked. I just added the word fuck there for no reason, because I'm an idiot. Every argument comes with a cost. Every dub ends up in a loss. Got to keep up the facade of a boss. Every picture developed is tossed. I know bitches that I'll never talk to. I got exes. I'm still fucking raw. Can you hear it? Actual love, actual heart, actual caring.
Actual caring. Niggas get mad at me when I call out the hate, because they hate me, no debate.
Wow.
I'm thinking, you know we ain't dating.
Wow.
This nigga, let's face it. We came up out the mud, still got dirt on our faces. Now we counting big faces.
I recovered from this as the 14th and last track on JPEGMAFIA's album, I Laid Down My Life For You. The song samples Funny How Time Flies When You're Having Fun by Janet Jackson, which is one of JPEGMAFIA's favourite artists. This song is slow-paced as he discusses his failings in a previous relationship due to his mental state at the time and how it affects him. Okay. I love the fact that someone who's so like hardcore, ruthless and experimental as JPEGMAFIA will happily admit that one of his favourite artists is Janet Jackson. I mean, I've got no problem with that sort of thing either, but I mean, I'm not famous, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, there's certain songs, certain really amazing, famous pop songs that I couldn't be without. But if I had made it and was famous and some of my music had taken off, people would have expected me to just be quoting, oh, I only listen to Van Morrison and Astral Weeks and, you know, and Radiohead and it's like, life's not like that. Life means you're influenced by I Should Be So Lucky and Every Loser Wins. Heaven is a Place on Earth. West End Girls. It's not all about Miles Davis and Kid A. It's about the Birdie song and Atmosphere by Russ Abbott, one of the greatest songs of all time. Hang on! The album ended, and we're now listening to No Blood, No Sweat by Match Homie. What? That looks like one of those, what's he called? What's the guy called? Vasquez, not Vasquez. The guy who did the stroke, not the Strokes, f*** me. The Void's album cover. Anyway, I think on this bombshell we need to say adios. I really enjoyed that. I think that JPEGMAFIA has got it. Whatever it is, let's pause this now, hang on. We'll let it fade out naturally, hang on. Whatever it is, JPEGMAFIA has it. His mix of Miles Davis, Marvin Gaye, Metallica, Rage Against the Machine, Phil Spector. Wow, he is something else, and he knows it. And as I was trying to say during the course of that album, I really respect someone who's got the confidence to just go out into the world and say, this is who I am. If you don't like it,
Fuck.
you.
Fuck.
You. Yeah.
Fuck.
Me. That was a good album. Thank you, JPEGMAFIA. That was 70s, easy listening, heavy metal, jazz, hip hop. For the few. Let's face it, for the few. Thanks, my mercenaries. That was a really great suggestion. And overall, that was the kind of fucked up reaction that JPEGMAFIA needs in his life. Until next time. Seriously, over and